there, they'll be my 4 best friends. And I'll be one of their best friends. And the bottom line on it is, it's wonderful, you know. But and I know people go, oh, well, wait, I mean, but you're not stuck in just the friend zone. I go, I never get stuck in that, because I tell them I only go out with bisexual and bi-curious women. And when we get all of you together, we're going to be rubbing white wine and mangoes all over your body. And if you get that sticky stuff all over you, well, we're going to just have to lick it off you, aren't we? And we play, you know, it's like we have fun with it. It's not like it's a big, I only date adults. So it's a consensual exchange of energy between consenting adults. The other thing is my girls don't do drugs. They don't. I mean, occasionally we'll do a little bit of wine or we'll do a little bit of brandy or something. But we aren't big drinkers. We don't smoke pot. We don't get high. Mm-hmm. And people go, God, that's like old people. That's not enough fun. Well, okay, I don't care. We also do. I teach them how to meditate. I teach them how to do all kinds of metaphysical stuff. You know. And that gets them higher than any drug. And then we also don't have to spend money on illegal shit like that. But also, we're clear on our purpose, and we're clear that we're in this relationship as long as we want to be in this relationship. And it's, what can I contribute to your life that's going to enhance it? And they're looking at, how can they contribute to my life to enhance it? You know, it's a fairness. It's a higher order of friendship, if you will.
And on that note, we're going to have to end this interview. It's gone on longer than most, but I'm going to keep every bit of it. Every bit of it is going to be downloadable on franktalks.com. Steve P., it's been absolutely great talking to you. I've been waiting over a year to do this interview with you. And
well, next time, no wait so long to call in. Sometime you'll have to make it over here when I'm up in Montreal. We'll go out and go grab a good meal someplace.
I would really like that. It has been a really long time. I think last time I saw you was like in 2006.
Wow, that's way too long.
Yeah, it was at the last lecture in Montreal that I was at.
I remember that, yeah.
Yeah, and I was talking to the guys, and I let them know that I was going to Toronto, I was going to write a book, I was going to find a girl, I was going to get married, and I was going to become a father. And I've got 4 out of those 5 goals so far. I came to Toronto, I've written more than 1 book, I met a girl I'm thrilled with. I have an amazing relationship with her. I married her, and the only thing that's left for me now to complete that the goal that I announced that night was to announce that I'm going to become a father, and I'm hoping I got my fingers crossed for that too.
Beautiful, man.
Well, this is what I wanted from the time I got into the community. When I'm learning seduction, that's what I wanted. I wanted to enjoy myself. I wanted to have relationships, and I wanted to get married eventually. I got it. I'm really happy about that.
Well, see, you use seduction for what seduction is meant to be used for. See, seduction has gotten so twisted now. People twist it into, like, it's a manipulation. That's not what seduction. Seduction in a relationship. Seduction is meant to draw us closer. If you don't have some substance as to who you are as a human, the other person will leave.
Right.
But the thing is that you use seduction in its purest form, and you found a soulmate. And, God, all I can say is Godspeed on your journey.
Thanks a lot, Steve. Before we go, why don't you let all of our listeners know how they can get in contact with you, and anything important in terms of when someone wants to hook up with you, when someone wants to pay for your services.
They can write me, Steve, at StevePickus, PICCUS.com, and then, when we get some new stuff, we'll be announcing it on there. Like, we're going to be doing some phone counseling on Steve P on the phone. We're working on a couple other projects.
Sounds good, Steve. I look forward to helping you launch that and announcing that. And for those of you listening right now, you'll be able to download this interview on franktalks.com. And if you want, there's going to be a link where you can download this interview to Steve's site, and then you can go to Steve's site and you can listen to this interview again there. Steve, thanks so much. It's been great, and I look forward to hanging out with you again, whether it be in Montreal or Toronto.
All right, man. Take care. Have a good evening.
All right. Good night.
Bye.
You're listening to Frank Talks Pleasures and Lifestyles. I'm Frank because I have to be. Good night, everybody.
Frank Talks is sponsored in part by Everything Out of Her Mouth is a Test, a man's guide to the emotional needs of women. Ladies, do you want the man in your life to understand you on your level? Do Do you want your man to be able to listen to and address all of your emotional needs? Show him how much you really want your relationship to be the best it can be. Everything Out of Her Mouth is a Test makes a perfect gift. The book, written by a man, for men, is endorsed by every woman that reads it. This book is a guide for men to understand exactly what a woman means when she speaks. Is that worth changing your life forever? Buy this book at franktalks.com now.
Frank Talks is sponsored in part by The Eye of the Seducer, the Emotional Needs Analysis Workbook Volume 1. This workbook is designed to teach you to use the Frank B. Kermit seduction theories in the real world. It is based on Frank's book, Everything Out of Her Mouth is a Test. What you're going to buy is the program developed by Frank as the head administrator of the Toronto Seduction Lair, specifically designed for newbies that want to learn relationship skills with women in the shortest time possible. These emotional needs analysis drills will skyrocket your success with women. This book teaches men how to think on their feet, not what to think. Never be stuck for something to say or do again. Finally, love will make sense, and you'll learn the skills to see through the games of others. Know what you did right, know what you did wrong, and what to do next. Buy this workbook now at franktalks.com.
Frank Talks is sponsored in part by the book, I'm a Man, That's My Job, The Philosophy of a Seducer. What is inner game? There's a lot of contradictory information out there, and one size does not fit all. Your inner game is as unique and personal as your signature or your fingerprints. This book provides you with the means to create your own seduction persona. This is a workbook, which means we will work together, and by the end, you will have developed your own personal inner game. By this, learn what it means to be a man, and what the role of the modern man in today's society is that will attract him to the woman he wants. Learn about how men and women think differently, and how to take the lead in a relationship. This book is for you at franktalks.com.